Hello and welcome to Pisslo episode 14. I'm here with Brains in the top left. We got Collat with the Kaiser picture, and then we got the Pixie, the
Yo,
thumb man, and then I'm Jepman, I guess. Uh,
the thumb from Spy Kids.
Yeah, some would call me the only thumbnail that's Pisslo needs.
Beats the ugly fucking dumb looking kid.
what?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Alright, last week we had Collat on, but I forgot to ask you to introduce yourself. So did you want to tell people a bit about you or how you got into tourneys or whatever?
Oh shit. So I'm Collat. I started playing tourneys with some friends. It was a bit of a joke, probably like 3 years ago. We got fucking floored every single game. And I liked it, so I started playing more. I played Eddie Carey for Lo-Fi for about a year. Then when that kind of went away, just kind of attempted a couple of team hops. Nothing really stuck around. We won a total of one tournament, only when we had Jepman filling in though. So clearly we were carried. And Jepman ranked me an amazing 6 out of 8 in his 80 carry power ranking. So and Envy put me 5th out of like 10 or something. So I'm pretty consistently middle of the pack trash.
Okay, well mine was like 8 months ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
Nothing's
I
changed.
might be fuck off, and I might be looking to play again soon if like in the next PS5 circuit if things look good.
we also got Shouri from Stormwolves here. Did you want to tell us a bit about how you got into tourneys and stuff, or your team at the moment? I don't know, just any sort of introduction.
Uh, I basically just found them by random. I've been around for a while. I think my first big tournament was LLC. Um, Back then I was playing under Abyss Fox, I think it was called. But yeah, since then, basically just been playing.
Fair enough. Alright, well, games this week. Do we want to start with Div 2? So we saw Arrow White vs MCOM. Pretty one-sided series. Did you guys expect Arrow to take the W on that one?
era take yeah, probably not actually. I mean, it was two teams that were fairly closely matched, so it could have swung either way pretty quickly.
MG been watching.
I don't know.
Okay.
Was that game at 2-0 or 2-1?
2-0.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be the one side.
I expected it to be 2-1, but I guess Arrow White too good.
Yeah, I feel like at least us, we've underrated Error during the circuit, but they are a pretty solid team.
They are.
So, and then the other game was Stop Asian Hate vs Cerberus. As the manager or coach or whatever of Cerberus, what are your thoughts on that series, Shuri?
I almost been smug the first game for not basing when he needed to. If anybody watched the first game when they base raced, when Nocturne and Wickham were split pushing for some reason?
Yeah, against Baron Buff. It was a bit
Yeah,
of an interesting decision.
it was a bit questionable, not gonna lie.
You guys seemed
Um,
to I'm pretty sure you guys had a lead during most of the game. It was just yeah,
Oh yeah,
the
we should have
Baron
won that
and
game. Our Kog'Maw was very ahead, but I don't know, split push seemed to be the play on their minds. For that game anyway.
Did you guys expect to take it 2-0, or were you guys thinking that it was going to be a difficult series for you?
Definitely going to be a hard series. They knew that going into it. I didn't think it was going to be a 2-0 either side. It was either going to be whoever wins would be a 2-1, regardless of which side it went. Um,
Yeah, look, I think I definitely predicted Stop Asian Hate to win just because like they're sort of my boys on that team, but yeah, it looked like they were having a rough time pretty much every game.
I think letting Smazes LeBlanc through was a big mistake on their end.
Was that game 2?
I think so, yeah. Against Galio. I mean, they drafted counterpick, but giving somebody their main champion is kind of a mistake.
Yeah, he got a bunch of kills early. I think there was like a roam bot or something as well, where he got like a triple kill or some shit.
The team knows that if that does get opened up, they play around it regardless. So
Yeah,
it worked out.
well, they definitely look like they're gonna be a strong team going into semis.
I think Flinch got MVP for the series there. The man's a bit fired up.
True, true. Did BSV give MVP? Or is
I don't think so. I don't think they give MVPs anymore.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, they definitely like I think they all played pretty fucking well. I disagreed with like the whole breaker and the split pushing and stuff in game 1, but
I
apart from
was
that, like
I was actually in the call with Sarah, and we were talking about that how he should have just rushed Gage instead of that. But
yeah, 'cause like
it
it's
is
a
what it
Cogmore
is.
comp. You're playing for like the team
Team
fights, but
fight, not
yeah,
for the split. Yeah.
yeah. I think we found out firsthand the other day just how strong those players are. So
Yeah,
I
we
don't know. I
did.
think the semis will be an interesting one to watch with Error and Cerberus, but we can go more into
Yeah, for
that
sure.
later. What about Div 3 games this week? Did you guys watch any of those? Blackhawk, Galaxy Gaming, and Stormwolves Go Get?
Go
Can you
get
say is like
Can you say that, Jep?
Yeah,
all
I'm
I'm
just
gonna
gonna
say
say Go Get.
on
Isn't
all
that
I'm
out
gonna
now?
say on that game is we played poorly, beyond poorly.
Yeah, I
But it
watched
is what it
one
is.
game where it was like 1 kill to 23 kills, and I was like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, we had a problem in draft because we knew that Flame, the Galio player, he likes to play Galio, and the top laner likes to play Shen. So we wanted to take away the Shen in the first game, but for some reason we had a disagreement in the chat, thinking that Shen isn't going to be a problem when we picked Nocturne, and Shen was a big problem. So we kind of screwed ourselves.
Yeah, is that guy Shen one trick?
He's
Oh,
Shen
Dodo.
Camille. He plays Viego and Gwen now.
Yeah, but it's a bit unfortunate that you guys didn't get to use the roster that I imagine that you guys probably wanted to use for the game as well.
Oh yeah, that didn't really help either. But we can't do much about it.
Yeah, and then I think the Blackhawk Galaxy Gaming game was sort of a wipe. We got to see the Teemo jungle in game 2.
Yeah.
So
Really?
Shittiest runes ever.
I'm having a look at this now. Cogmore is looking hella favored in all of these games.
He's just strong at the moment.
Yeah. Like, I definitely agree he is, but
people were shit talking the Cogmore build in the first game of Blackhawk Galaxy Gaming, but like I don't know, I feel like that's fine, isn't it?
You meant to go randoms first.
what?
But
First,
like,
no.
do you have
You're
to with
on
this
crack.
team?
No, not
No, you
randoms
don't.
first.
You don't go randoms first.
Fucking,
You have
go,
Wits
what's
first.
his name? Yeah, what's in the random?
He did go Wits, but he didn't go random in second. I don't think you need to. You are the only damage threat, like the only pure damage threat in your comp. You're playing a one threat comp. So if you don't have enough damage to kill people, your comp loses, regardless of kind of like the rest of your team. So like it's
Yeah.
totally fine to build full damage in this Cogmore. You have the peel of a fucking Shen Zac, Lee Sin Kick, and a Nami. What are they gonna do? Tristana might jump on you, get kicked away, or get CC'd and just die. Silas could jump on you again, like just get peeled. Narcissus isn't really gonna walk at you. Mundo's not gonna kill you. It's
Yeah.
just they pick 2 team fight front to back comps, and one of them jumps in, and the other one walks backwards. And I think in team fight, the team that walks backwards wins. When playing front to back, if they were like a better dive comp maybe with like Mundo and Narcissus, if they committed to the dive with Silas Tristana, possibly, or if they like actually went proper front to back. But I don't think you should just front to back against Kog'Maw. It's just not smart.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't really like the Lee Sin with the Kog'Maw comp either, because like sure he has the kick for peel, but he doesn't really just want to sit on Kog'Maw and use kick to disengage. I feel like there was probably better picks that they could have picked there, even if it made them more like magic damage heavy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind Lee Sin in this sort of comp. But I do see your point. He does only have kick for peel. It's not a very low cooldown. Like, yeah, they are pretty. The comp was pretty split. They could have gone a lot of different things instead of Lee Sin, but I don't see that Lee Sin as a problem in this comp.
Yeah, fair enough. Either way, I think Galaxybear were just like outclassed. Like Team Blackhawk
yeah.
just trolled the second game and still won.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's the top side looked just struggling. That's all I can say. It's just, it was just struggling.
I don't think
Just like
Nasus
Ben
should
just
be
do
able to
whatever.
free farm, especially when he has a Teemo as his jungler.
Oh wait, did they get Narcissus in game 2? I was still looking at game 1.
Yeah, he got Nasus again in
They
game
got
2.
Oh, what the fuck?
It's just an abusable pick
Oh.
though, I think. And it doesn't look like
Yeah.
they were abusing it. Shouri released his Div 3 player rankings this week. Do you want to
did.
compare that to our ones that we did, I suppose? See how they match up?
Oh, that's a bit too zoomed in. There we go.
Alright,
Sure
so
can.
what are we looking at? Top lane first?
Yeah, let's look at top lane first. Let's start at the top left.
Alright, so optimistic, first, second, pretty close. Bansal, second, third, also pretty close. Pixie is first on one and fourth on the other.
I do not agree with Shouri's tier list there.
Yeah, that's
I
fucking
do-
autistic.
I do not feel that
Wait, I don't think you can say that.
I don't think that I am strong enough to be number 1 on that tier list. I think I'm very much so. I'm high, but I think I'm closer to the middle of the pack.
What do you have? The Pixie optimistic Bencel.
Okay.
Andrew Pack number 1.
Where else? We also had
Who's
Roa Noah Riven up at number 4, where we had him at number 8. What team is he on again?
Gaming, Galaxy Gaming. think.
Okay. So you think he's better than Shrexy up there?
I've seen him play. He plays a mean Viego, and he's a Riven one trick, so you can't give him that. His Shen's okay. His Ornn is really good, from what I've seen. I think he's probably the best player on Galaxy Gaming, to be honest.
Yeah, fair enough. And then the rest of the picks were sort of the same, except Curse to Lose. We had it third, and Shuri had it sixth, I think. But yeah, who was Cursed to Lose again? I don't remember any of these people.
Not Cameron.
Oh, not Cameron. Okay. Fair enough. Jungle, we got Snaz or Will second. We had him down at fourth. I don't know. I think he's alright, but I don't know if I'd put him above like Samo
think
at least, who's at fourth on there.
I think he has higher ceiling. That's why I stack him so high. His only problem that sets him back is his mental boom.
And he can only play tank.
I can play everything now.
Alright. You don't rate dog meat that highly either?
He's Viego bruiser. I'd stick him last if I wanted to.
Alright.
If Viego wasn't in the game, he'd be lost.
I mean, he's okay, but from what I've seen, he's only played Viego. So that's why he's not so high.
Maybe he's just a hidden prodigy hiding behind Viego. We'll see if the team bans it against him then.
Cool lists.
Because you don't play.
I'm the only undefeated player in the whole tournament, bro.
You played 2 games.
Played 3, bro.
And we appreciate that, Michael.
Yeah.
Mid lane list. I don't know if I had much to do with the mid lane list, but so Seraph, we had it like, what's that, 5th? I don't know if I necessarily agree or not, but we both had Orphans at the top, Lauder at the top. Lauder and Jokes are not the same person. I would put Jokes at number 1, honestly, above everyone.
Being real here, Jokes shouldn't be even in the tournament. So
Yeah.
that's why he's not rated higher.
True, that's sort of why they're DQ'd, I guess.
Oh!
As for
Yeah.
Seraph and Orphans, one tilts and one doesn't. So
Why'd you switch the best top laner and best mid laner in your tournament?
because Opti is on the top laner. He doesn't play top at all. That's why he's not rank 1. When Pixie is a top laner.
You've seen me play, right?
Yes, I've seen you play, but compared to the other top laners, like there's not much there, you know. Like I could argue that I could put Ben Sal second and move everybody up 1, but I don't know.
From what I remember, Ben Cell used to be pretty good, but
He's much better in the jungle.
yeah.
I don't even know.
They're from basically Challenger. I don't know. I think the basically Challenger roster in general just doesn't click at the moment. They need to do something, like change a player somewhere. I feel like they're just not all comfortable in their roles.
They need to rotate jungle top back.
Yeah,
Metals needs to play top again.
Yeah, I don't think Metals is very good at jungle. He should be top lane. I don't know if I didn't know that Bensol played jungle though, but if that's the case, they should just swap them.
Yeah, he does.
I think Bensel does play jungle, but he is a top laner.
I mean, a lot of junglers off-roll top.
Yeah.
I agree, Michael. Yuck.
Yeah, who's the AD carry for?
Off, I think.
Basically Challenger.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, Dracoff and Donkey Teeth.
Yeah.
Get those guys.
Yeah.
What about him?
Oh no, I was just wondering.
Fair enough. Yeah, the only other main difference was One for All's rating, or Flame, or whatever you want to call him. I don't know. We had him at the bottom because, like, I don't know, Jacob and G-Man just don't think very highly of him.
Yeah, he's got better. He's plat now, but
True.
at the end of the day, like, how good is he if he's not on a Galio?
Wait.
Isn't Silas his main, or is it Cat?
No.
If Silas is his main, that was a bit yikes.
Galio, Syndra are his two main champions, going by his OPGG, but
Okay.
who knows?
Then for 80 carries, there's the Greg thing, which you've said that he's improved a lot recently, which is fair enough.
Yeah, he's definitely
Wait. Shuri has shiny as number one. You guys some spot.
He has
Okay.
he definitely
Shiny wasn't playing.
Shiny wasn't playing when we did ours.
he would definitely rotate between maybe third and fifth around that mark.
Okay. If you guys did rank shiny as an AD carry in that list, where would you put him though?
Number one.
Number one. When he plays the game.
Yeah,
And
we have like 480 carry mains
And
on
you
our
still
team.
have Sparky as well as number one. Fucking.
Now, Sparky would go number two then.
Sparky
The
just
tier
go onto the support list if Shiny's playing. Like,
the tier list was made by what players should have played in the tournament, you know?
Yeah.
Like Shiny not being able to play the first 4 weeks or whatever was like I didn't take that into when I made the list. I just made it like if he did play.
Yeah.
How?
Because bot lane's so like tied with their synergy with their support. Do you consider all of these like players the same if you swap their supports? Let's say you gave everyone the same support.
Which support?
Let's just go Arcane.
They lose every game.
I think Shiny used to be number one.
Think Shiny would still be the best.
Yeah.
And then do you think Sparky would still be the best support out of all the supports if every support had Shiny?
why do I?
No.
Sparky is very aggressive, and a lot of these ADCs are not.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree very much with that.
You have to pair 1 and 2, you know, or else it just doesn't
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
That's why like Greg and Kane somewhat work together because they're both passive.
We had GIF lucky like all the way down the bottom, but you've got him up there. So, but you think he's pretty good?
I mean, this was before we lost to them, but yeah, I guess the Ziggs bot lane is a thing now, I suppose.
Yeah, that's just fucking AIDS. I really don't want to verse the Ziggs bot lane. Like we have stuff ready for it, but yeah, it's pretty OP.
Ziggs.
We drafted Samira Leona into it, thinking that
Mm.
you know we just get into team fights and Samira does Samira things.
Yeah.
But we just didn't get to that stage.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, it's definitely got some. It's got some weaknesses, but it's very, very good at what it does if it's allowed to go unpunished.
Yeah, Samira Leona also doesn't seem like a Greg
It's not-
Arcane lane. Like you just
it's
described them as
just not.
passive players, so
That's not.
Yeah.
But we're gonna play for bot lane because that was the game that they had the Shen in the top lane.
So,
So we're gonna like
Sorry, is Arcane on Stormwolves?
yeah. He
Oh,
was a sub, but he was playing
Yeah.
the last couple weeks.
Because he was pretty much my support throughout most of Lo-Fi. So I played with him for about a year, and he's so much better once laning phase just ends.
Yeah.
He's a very cerebral player, from my opinion. He can lane, not terribly. He can 2v2 when he has to. It's just he prefers to not. He would rather just beat people by being smarter. If you could play the game with 0 kills, 0 deaths, Arcane would play that game.
He likes to get a lane and roam a lot.
Yeah. He loves his Rakan set roaming, and he definitely liked the Lulu Karma. He was one of the only supports I'd play with that wouldn't like be like, I don't want to play fucking ego champs or something.
Yeah, he's pretty open if he
Yeah.
knows how to play.
Yeah. I think I actually had, because I've the two supports that I played with was Beastly Nut or My Right Nut. So he's now like one of the admins for BSV and Arcane. And they are two very, very different players. Like Hussein will 50-50 your fucking game in the first 2 minutes by fighting. I don't play I'm sorry, bro. If you're listening, I don't play solo queue with you because you fucking in half the time, man. Like, but he will 50-50 every fight. We go into lane and we're like, all right, so how do we win? All right, we get level 4, and then we take a short trade, and then we leave. Only short trades, no committing. What do? Level 2 fight, die. Every time.
Nice.
Dude, I played a solo queue game with him recently, and we were like shitting on them. I love my right
yeah.
nut.
Yeah, no, I love him too. He's amazing. If you get the first kill, you're probably good. But if you don't get the kill, it's so doomed, man.
Yeah.
I think Kane is one of those players that will wait for somebody to make a call before he does anything, rather than him just going in.
Oh yeah, I definitely, because we had a bunch of shot calling issues, with like different voices and different opinions, on the teams when we were playing, because we were also shuffling around about like 10 different players consistently. That was hard to deal with, but he will be able to call like sort of macro. He'll call the large game like, all right, I think we should reset now, a minute and a half before Dragon 4 wards, and I want to place him in these places. He will like he will say, all right, we should get our vision control now and then start pushing the waves, or push the wave before you move to this dragon, or like push one more wave. He's very he's really good at like keeping the timers and being aware of what should be done, what is proper setup before the fight, and he's verbal about it. He's just quiet as a person though. So you've got to like have a team that is willing to like just shut up and kind of listen when he does say something. You've got to have someone that kind of echoes what he says as well to a certain degree, because what he again, it depends on what the team environment is. If you have a lot of loud players, like what he says can get lost, and I think what he says is often very valuable information. And especially at the time, he was one of the only people who was able to like consistently time summoners, and like anyone can like ping a summoner spell, right? Anyone can time a summoner spell, but to actually like make use of it and get the jungler to come back in a minute and a half while the flash is still down and make something happen, or like get the pick because that summoner is still down and he's aware of it, is different to just timing the spell.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you can get Arcane in a lane where you can like play to those strengths, get him in like kind of Ezreal Rakan when they're not being shat on, get him a bit of jungle. Like he loves to roam with the jungler, and I think that's like where his strengths lie. He could be, I think he could like definitely be up on. I think he could challenge like Sparky Shiny with the right AD carry.
Yeah, I agree. I think he can. His problem is like he just doesn't have the time to play the game as much as he used to, and that's why he's kind of fell off.
Yeah.
Sparky also doesn't play the game all that much, but he's very smart. Like, it's him and Galaxybear doing our shot calling all the time. The rest of us just shut up and listen.
Do we?
A lie?
I don't know.
You'd be mid 24/7 if you were in, like, G-Bear shot called, you'd be in mid 24/7.
Yeah, I am, bro. I'm always mid lane.
I am?
Nah, he tells me gank other lanes, actually.
Jep, you're the fucking.
Because he knows you're not gonna
team,
gank
you know
there.
To get my hopes up, so it's just like fuck it. Gary, Sparky,
Nice.
leash bot side, and just let the man pass top level 3. Let's not level 2 mid. We'll just level 3 top.
That's a very good idea, G-Bear. Good shot calling.
How to get G-Bear into a call, start shit talking him until he comes.
Yeah, well, he hasn't said a word since he was here, bro.
I was like waiting, and then like I didn't want to overtalk on anyone, so I just like I was just chilling.
I literally was like, "Hey, G-Bear, how you doing?" at one point. And he just
Okay, I might have taken my headset off for a second if you did that. I'm doing good though. Thanks for asking. Hope everyone else is also doing good.
Yeah, solid.
I don't know. Our support lists are like basically the same. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about with the list, Shouri?
Not really. I might make Division 2 one.
Poggers?
Whose is the list on the right?
Ours.
Oh, yours.
That's why it says.
Oh, is it now?
Our bigs.
What do you mean,
Pisslo
is it
now.
now?
No,
Were you not
I
there?
trust your judgment.
Wait, you
guess
trust
I
our
was there.
judgment? What? You were 100% here, right?
You were a part of it.
Jacob listed us.
Yeah, I
Remember?
remember. Who was it? It was me, Jacob.
Oh,
and
okay,
someone-
yeah. Now I remember. Yeah, you jogged my memory. Yeah, right. When Jake was being autistic.
Why?
I
What part of the list don't you agree with?
I think he doesn't agree with. Or is it this part right here?
don't give a shit about the mid lane stuff. It was more so ADC and support. I thought was interesting. I don't think Hui is the best support, for example.
You don't? Bro, I love Huya. I think he's hella good. Wait, who would you put number one then?
Yeah.
Arcane?
I think if
Uh,
we give Drula his set, he's.
I mean, yeah, but like, I mean, it's the same with like, I mean, it's the same with Shark though, right? Like, you give him Rengar, the man's insane, but on anything else, it's like obviously a lot
I
easier.
don't
That's
know why you
the-
give
okay.
him Rengar.
That. Alright, well, I don't think Rengar's like the best team pick, right? I think you can play around it. Obviously, like that's his main champion, so he's really good at it. But like, I still think it's beatable. And
Yeah, no,
he
I
wasn't
agree.
dog shit on other champions either. Like, I'm pretty sure he out jungled me every game.
I was literally just saying that, like, yeah, you give a one trick, of course they're gonna be good. That was literally my point. I mean, the guy is good on other picks, and like, Hui is the same, but like, I don't know. The
Are you
argument that if you give him set, he pops off. It's like, I don't know. It's a one trick, of course he would. If you just ban it, right?
Okay, so outside of set, you don't think he's the number one?
I think it's a close top three, and he'd definitely be in top three. It's just I'd probably like maybe swap the order a little.
I think I think the top three supports are definitely like a bit head and shoulders above the rest.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Who are we saying is
dirty.
top three? Huya, Arcane,
Oh,
and Sparky.
Sparky. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably say that too.
Fair enough. Maddie has been doing really well. Okay, I think having her at number 5th is sort of a feels bad, man.
Dude, what was she? Fucking like in 17, 18 games.
Yeah, she's almost
point?
plat.
She's actually cracked.
I ruined the win streak, by the way. I went like 0-10 in her solo queue game.
Yeah, sorry, Toot. I don't have that command. I don't have any command set up.
What's the command? You
What's
can
that?
see uptime 39 minutes. Boom.
What? What?
It's next to the viewer count on Twitch.
Yeah, I know, but Toot fucking put it in the chat.
Yeah, mate, use your eyeballs.
Use your eyeballs. I forgot they added that. Oh, want to become famous? Oh, yeah, sure, man.
Oh, Pog. Dude, you made it. Stream's famous. You got the
PSV was getting
fucking...
up everyone for trying to use their fucking commands.
What?
Use that command one more time and I'll time you out, or some shit like that.
Wait, what?
When?
Wait, what? Go away.
What are you talking about, Michael?
It was a couple of weeks ago. Someone kept like using the command for casters, and it was like so out of date.
Do you guys want to redo playoff predictions then? I'll put the link in here so everyone can see it. And then,
Yeah.
like, I don't know, everyone can just do, like, semis and finals predictions, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's gonna be TNS ERA final. TNS is gonna win.
Shuri, Michael.
Gonna be Weekend Wankers and
Jeez.
Team Blackhawk final, and Weekend Wankers are gonna win. There you go, that's my prediction.
So, yeah, alright, so when we did our initial predictions, we didn't know that the playoffs were, like, first seed versus third seed. We thought it was first versus fourth, so we have to
So you
redo
have-
semis onward, I suppose.
So Serb is first, ERA is second.
Yeah, so
I
it's
mean,
Cerberus versus
Cerberus versus
Error
ERA
and
is
TNS
third.
versus Resilience.
Or Era's third seed though, yeah?
Yeah.
Because it's 1 versus 3, 2, 4. So TNS would be second seed, whereas it's...
Oh, no,
Resilience is-
I think Error is second seed, right? So I'll just write it somewhere, right?
That's 1, 2 versus 3, 4 then.
Are you sure?
Well, I'm
No.
looking at this fucking
Resilience
shit
was
that
third
I was
seed,
saying.
no? Wasn't Era second?
No, alright, so we wrote it out. So we thought TNS was versing Cerberus. which
Did
is
you even know
fourth
the
seed.
seeding?
And then Resilience is second, I believe, and Error is third, or something like that.
No,
Yeah.
Resilience is third.
Okay.
Error's second. I
Yeah.
think.
So, alright, well, the games are this, either way. So, you guys can make your predictions if you want.
He said it.
I didn't predict Cerberus to win, so I guess I have to say Error. Actually, no, let's be real. I would have predicted Stop Asian Hate anyway, so. Stop Asian Hate, TNS. TNS. That's my predictions for it.
Who's
Alright.
on Lawrence's team again?
Who's on it?
It's Jeremy, Lawrence.
They have, what's his name in the bot lane? The Yos? Oh, not Yos. Starts with Y, I'm pretty sure.
No, that's
Oh,
TNS.
Nao. Nao's the support. Mid lane
He's a
is
mid laner.
Blank. And top lane is Tyran. Oh, alright. So everyone done the things.
Yeah.
So, okay, so everyone thinks TNS. Michael's not doing his because he's dumb.
I already said it. I vocally said it.
Alright.
What'd you say? Cerberus era?
It's TNS freaking ERA final, and TNS is gonna win. And
You're gonna
Weekend
go
Wankers
TNS
PB8,
ERA.
and Weekend Wankers are gonna win.
And you reckon TNS is gonna win?
What did you fucking call us, bro?
Weekend
Weekend
Wankers.
Oh
I can't
my
believe
God.
you just said that about us, bro.
What a creative name.
Wow. We've never heard that before.
I have never heard that before.
Wow.
Willy Whackers, then. It's gonna be Willy Whackers.
So you think Resilience can take TNS, Shouri?
Yeah. I think it's going to be a tier 1.
Okay. Alright, I am keen to see that game. I think Resilience have some pretty strong, possibly like stronger players than TNS, but I think TNS
Unless
might be
really-
working better as a team.
Unless Vigi goes Super Saiyan, I'm pretty sure Resilience wins.
Yeah, I've seen Vigi go Super Saiyan before.
Oh wait, was someone like? I got a DM from someone the other day.
Right.
Well, I was just making sure like I could share or whatever. Someone was like accusing Vigi of being. Let me have a look at
Oh.
his account.
A Masters player.
Is it
That's
Masters or
security,
is it D1? Yes, it was someone from Evict Clan accusing him of being like some super high elo player. I don't know like why that's a thing.
Never play any champions that VG play.
Like who tells people this and why do people just like blindly believe it?
No.
It's just so weird. Alright, that's my thing. Pixie.
That was your input.
Yeah, I got a DM.
Wonderful.
You got a DM?
Yeah, I got a
couple
DM.
of DMs.
Good
Did
DM.
he,
the
randomly
day.
did he ask
using
you to also
Vigi.
try to find the name of the account?
No, maybe he asked Limit, and Limit sent it to me. In a
Yeah.
DM.
Oh yeah, the pizza guy DM'd me. He was like, "Hey, your pizza at the front." I was like, "Oh, thank you."
What else is interesting? So it's like we got a few Cerberus wins, a few TNS wins, and then Collat, you think
Yeah.
Arrow are gonna take it?
I think Era gonna have the underdog run.
Alright.
Era gonna do what Schalke
Ooh.
couldn't do.
Hey, what?
Well, look, I don't know if Arrow are still the underdogs, but like.
Retain their spot in LEC or? Oh,
Not have a failing fucking soccer club.
oh no!
No,
That
that was pretty unfortunate. That was pretty sad to see that.
That is unfortunate.
That was I like Schalke.
Who got the spot?
Oh,
BDS
Fuck, I
or some
heard-
shit.
yeah, BDS.
Legit, that's what they call it.
BDS, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, do you remember
yeah.
MCOM BDS though?
Yeah.
That's all I could think of when I saw that, and I was like, surely this.
Wait,
is
were you
real,
on that team?
Yeah. Yeah, didn't you hear that MCOM are buying a spot in the LEC? Bro?
I wasn't. I don't think I was on that one.
You were on
actually
an
no, I
MCOM
was
team
on that
or
one. That
whatever.
was one with fucking me, Snooker, Mercy, and Michael.
Jeez, that
Oh,
sounds like
not
a
me.
banger team, man. What the
Bro,
fuck?
and
Never on a
uh,
team.
that was
Yo,
we had
you
some
know-
random girl that was like support as
Lottie?
well. But she
Lottie?
was-
Lottie?
Yeah,
Lottie?
her. And like fucking she like I swear actually I'm not going to talk about this on stream. This is definitely not stream allowed.
Say it.
Okay.
Hey, you know Snooker's Diamond now.
I thought it was
Snooker-
Masters. Someone said he was
Nah,
Masters
he's
now.
not. He's not Masters. No.
No,
Not
he
yet.
hit Diamond like a week ago or something,
He
and
hit-
the
he-
MCOM chat tweeted it.
Yeah. They
And,
did,
and
they
that,
s-
I think was that the one that you were talking about? Whoever handles it needs the fucking dictionary because
yeah,
their
they can't
written structure
spell.
is so
Holy
terrible.
shit!
What did
I'm
they
dyslexic and I
say?
can't tell the spelling, but I know the sentence structure was bad.
Wait, I'm
Oh,
gonna have a
it's all
look.
bad.
Yeah, I'll pull it up real quick.
Oh,
Yeah, the man Snooker duos with is pretty good at the game.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
did anyone see the alpha tweet that came out? Dude, that was a
Alpha tweet.
banger.
I didn't see the alpha tweet. No.
I
Yeah,
swear, Andrew's got some real fucking gems just waiting, honestly.
True,
Really,
bro.
though, I just
They've
want
got-
for like Can of Kung Fu. We still haven't seen a Weekend Warriors tweet out meme.
Make your own meme.
Mate, he said he would do it, not me. All right.
You're supposed to be part of the content team, mate. Come on.
How? I'm doing Pisslo, cunt.
Pez,
yeah, the
does your
MCOM
stream not
chat.
have WKW all over it?
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
The
it does.
the MCOM Twitter tweeted 15-year-old league kid prodigy Snooker like finally hits Diamond U.
Look alike. What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Snooker
yeah.
like, but I don't know. That's his ad or something. But just the
Like-
first half of that sentence is like, hang on a minute.
It's prodigy too. It's
Yeah.
not G, it's prodigy.
That was probably fucking Razy that did it.
Ah.
and
Oh,
like, and the random caps in there
yeah, it's great.
is
Love
just like, oi.
Have you seen his the other account like that Snooker has a demotion shield in plat?
Wait. Something?
Legitimately. But nothing against the kid.
I mean, I haven't spoken to him for a while. Until his fix is
Yeah.
mental. Man's not going anywhere though.
Yeah.
He's like 30 seconds before he fucking explodes.
Oh, dude, I had him and Mercy in one of my ranked games once. I was playing Oriana into Tristana, and my goal in that game was just to not die.
Yeah.
I didn't
I
die.
mean,
It was great. And then they completely fucking boomed the both of them because
Yeah.
I didn't put my ball on Scion once, and I didn't press up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I jokingly fucking said this before the stream as well, but like, I'll say it again. If anyone's like actually wants to play solo queue, pay attention to school holidays and avoid it for 2 weeks. Don't fucking play. You will get
Yeah.
other 15-year-olds, not specifically these kids, but other kids like them, who will rage and flame the entire game and won't do anything productive.
They just
Just-
need
you're
to
acting
chill
like
the
it's
fuck
just
out.
15-year-olds that do it. It's fucking everyone.
Okay, yeah, but it's definitely worse with them.
Have you played a game against me in solo queue? Or with me in solo queue?
Yes.
You?
Yeah.
Yes.
I played with you like once.
I like to
Yeah.
test people's mental.
Oh yeah, but like
Oh,
you don't.
you do that
you test
well.
your teammates' mental though.
yes, he
You
does.
ever
Sometimes.
played in a high enough elo that at 2 seconds they're like, oh what? 30 seconds into the game they say GG. Because one
Oh,
thing
yeah.
doesn't go their way.
It
They
starts,
just say FF.
starts happening in plat. If you like die once in lane, it's just done.
Oh yeah.
Game's over apparently.
It also
That's-
happens if
that's what I've
no
been
one dodges
experiencing
the
recently.
champ select with everyone having cleanse ghost.
True.
But alright,
I swear, legitimate tips: don't play after like 9 o'clock because it's DJ hours, and don't play on school holidays.
true. Alright, Div 3 playoff predictions. Make that one,
Div
Pixie.
3.
Chop chop. Do it.
Boom,
This one to be
boom.
fun. Okay.
Alright, so
Ow.
let me write it
Alright,
down.
so you guys
It's-
are gonna lose 0-2.
Ow.
It's WKW v below and GIF v TBH. Alright, that's the games for Div 3.
I mean,
What's GGG and TBH? What are their teams actually?
Go Gaming.
Yeah, but who's in them?
That's the I don't even know.
Go
You
get.
know, it's like tubs of yogurt, like those little sachet type things where you just squeeze it. That.
I don't think it matters who's in there now. Like, I don't know. I'm
I
pretty sure
just
we
don't know
can
those.
beat Gogut and TBH and Below Zero all really easy.
No, what do you mean? Below's gonna 2-0 you guys.
Maybe did. I'm really looking forward to versing the 8th place team in the semi-finals.
Yeah, that's crazy how they beat Kraken. I
Yeah.
can't believe it.
I guess Samo isn't really the best jungler in the league if he loses to
Yeah.
Blue Zero.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
Wait, who put fucking Helios Alpha? What? Whose thing is that? Pixie, you haven't named it.
They can put their own fucking names there, bro.
Oh my god.
The real DJ now is, bro.
Why is
After
it
9 o'clock.
GGG? What is GGG versus TBH?
Oh,
It's
what's the
GYF.
only team? Oh, sorry,
It's
my
not
bad.
Galaxy Gaming. They lost.
Gay gaming.
Oh, you got the idea though.
Alright, so everyone thinks Weekend and TBH. Alright, I agree.
Yeah, I don't know who they're talking about with Helios Alpha. That's a bit weird, but whatever.
Weekend whackers.
They're replacing Kraken.
Below Zero are replacing Kraken.
I know, it was a joke.
I got it.
Best joke ever.
Jep's a bit slow. Jep's a bit slow.
Bro, okay. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about? Because I've already run out of topics.
Do you want to talk about the new fucking champion?
I don't. I like know that the new champion
You
is.
actually don't?
I know like the W like resurrects everyone, which is fucking weird. But apart from that, I don't actually know what the champ does. You guys can talk about it if you want.
Here,
Really?
I'll get the video up for you.
Okay,
ADC.
so you bear.
It's something.
An ADC with a slingshot, that's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, it's like Camille, Fiora, and Vayne.
Yeah, I saw a clip where they were like spinning around a rock with their Camille thing
Yeah, he's got a grappling hook.
and shooting out Lucian ult. Is that right?
Yeah, point and click Lucian ult that like can't miss, but it can be blocked by minions and
Big.
does execute damage, and can be cancelled halfway through the channel. Oh fuck. Oh sorry. Can be cancelled halfway through its channel to shoot less bullets. And he
That's
can
so
and he
fucking
can use his
dumb.
grappling hook while doing it.
I don't
Ah.
believe you. There was
And
always
and the
drama
execute
topic.
damage. Yeah, the execute damage also works on turrets. So like if a turret's low and they stand behind the turret, it will fucking just kill the turret.
Like they're trying to better each pre-release champion that they release.
He also has a like double tap auto attack like Lucian, with the second auto attack being cancelable, same as normal. But if he cancels it, he gets move speed. After he like hits people, he gets like a shield, kind of like how the Eclipse shield works. Like you do 2 instances of damage, you get a shield.
Yeah.
He has a 3-hit passive as well for some fucking reason.
3-hit passive.
Yeah, like he has everything. He literally has everything.
Can
He has
Riot
a
stop?
perma cloak, by the way.
Yeah.
As long as he's near
stealing it.
so you know how like pretty much Twitch has his like cloak,
Mm,
right?
yeah,
But
it's
as long as this
camouflage,
guy's yeah, it's camouflage. This guy can do the exact same thing, but if he's near a wall, it's permanent.
The game is
It's still
becoming
an active
so
weapon.
shit, man. Like, I think it was you that tweeted out the Meteors clip about him,
Yeah,
like,
it was,
asking,
it was.
is this gonna make the game fun? And, like, that's an old clip, and these cunts
Yeah,
are
that
just
was
like,
like a 2-year-old clip.
oh. I don't know, man. The game is actually just not becoming fun with all this random overpowered bullshit.
Yeah, his W is that's the active. The passive is the revive shit that also gives him Yorick's passive. When
Okay, so how does the revive actually work? So
Okay.
I haven't actually looked at the champ yet.
It's there are a few questions about it, but I believe one of the most common misconceptions was a bug that's not intended. It will be fixed once it comes to live. It's currently on PPE. When a champion on the enemy team, for example, an Olaf, kills anyone on your team, the Olaf is now marked as a scoundrel, quote unquote. If Ashcan gets, I just call him fucking Trashcan because it's easier.
Hey.
If Trashcan gets a kill or a
Trash can.
takedown on the scoundrel, he will get bonus gold, and all allies killed by the scoundrel that are still waiting out their death timer get instantly revived in their base.
No.
For the first like 15 minutes of the game, you're only skipping like a 10-15 second wait timer if he gets it. Also, if there are multiple enemies that are marked as scoundrel, as soon as he kills one, the other marks disappear. When he makes himself cloaked, he will gain movement speed towards marked ones, as well as like a Yorick scent train, so you can fucking find them. And
Right.
yeah, you get mana regen and move speed towards them. And then yeah, as I said, you get more gold when you kill them. Now, if a Karthus fucking 5-man pentas your team, and then you kill Karthus, well, 4-man kills your team, you're alive, and then you kill Karthus, your whole team comes back up. If this is a 50-minute game with like a minute and 6-second death timers,
there it is.
They're all back. They're all back. If this is anything before that, though, it's not like too bad. If he dies as well, it's like it kind of doesn't do anything.
Sounds pretty bad if you're like trying to siege a base to end. Like you're hitting their Nexus towers, get a Quadra, but Action's still up, revives his whole fucking team, and you have to basically team fight all over again.
Yeah.
And they get full HP and mana and cooldowns. Oh, I don't
Yeah.
know, man. That sounds really tilting to deal with. Doesn't sound fun at all.
It sounds like on paper, when I first looked at it, when I first saw it, I was like, this shit's so busted. It's insane. But now that I've kept looking at it, I played games and thought, okay, what if this happened here? I think it'll be niche-ish. And I think it'll be somewhat impactful. I don't think the massive like quadra kill revive your whole team will be the most common. I don't think that's gonna happen like rarely ever.
Oh, I just can't wait for like him and Viego. Like he revives a bunch of people, then Viego takes him and revives a bunch of people. It's just gonna be a fiesta.
Yeah, what I do think is going to be the worst thing is when you're like doing kind of like 1-for-1 trades. Like your jungler, like their jungler kills your jungler, but then Ashcan kills their jungler and just brings yours back. And then he doesn't have to wait the 30-second death time, and then you just say, fuck it, their jungle's dead, let's go do Baron. Those are the times that I think is like when there's a kind of a 1-for-1 trade, but he's the guy getting the takedown or assist in the other end of the kill, that kind of cancels out the 1-for-1 trades, as well as getting just shit ton of extra gold, I believe.
Yeah.
His mobility is pretty, like, this is just his W as well. His Q's like Sivir Q, except it's better, because every time it hits someone, it goes further, like Seraphine's ult.
I just hope he's disabled for like the rest of the BSV circuit at the least, because like I really don't want to have to deal with this.
He doesn't come out till like the 22nd.
Okay.
So it's like 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's like the second semi-finals week.
Yeah,
Then
so
you
I
gotta factor in the 2 week.
Yeah.
2 week fucking.
Surely they'll let him be played at all.
They shouldn't. That's the other thing. His fucking Q does like apparently no damage. Does like 17 damage, level 1. So basically, so you know how Samira's like Q does 0 damage plus AD level 1, and then it does like 5 damage plus AD plus like 60% AD level 2. Then it's like 10, and it goes up to 25 to 120% AD scaling total. So like I believe he has similar scalings on his Q. So it's fucking dog shit early. It's insane late. The thing is, it hits him once when it goes out, it comes back to him faster, and it hits him a second time. Each time it hits him, it applies the stack of its own hit passive. Every auto attack actually shoots twice, unless you cancel it. So you auto twice, Q comes back, and auto twice. That's 6 instances of damage, 2 procs of his 3-hit passive, and he's just gonna fucking, like, he's just gonna do a lot of damage. He really just has a lot. Like, and he's gonna get, like, essentially his passive itself has 5 different passives in it. Yeah,
Oh,
three hit passive, gains a shield. After attacking, it does a second attack that deals reduced damage. The second shot can be cancelled like a regular basic attack, and if it cancels, he gains burst and move speed. So it's 4 passives in one, pretty much.
Alright.
It's gross.
fuck it. I'm gonna go play Dota.
Yeah, what you sent me is so true. That shit, by the way, it works. It's got like a range of like
What's up,
Caitlyn.
Dota today, Pixie? I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Where do you actually play Dota?
Sometimes.
Shit game.
I'm down to like, if we get everyone in Alpha to play a game of Dota, I'm down to play it then. I think that'd be entertaining, but otherwise, no.
I can play, what is it, Viper? I can play Viper. That's it.
Yeah, I can play one dude, but we'll keep it a
Hey,
secret. Don't
We
get
all
banned
won
out.
tricks. We all won tricks. Let's go.
Just like our League of Legends one tricking.
Hey.
You should
Right,
play
that's also
Warcraft
something.
3 custom maps.
Yeah, we could do that.
Talk about VG Academy.
Yeah, sure. Like the breakup between Stormwolves and Vigi Academy.
Yeah, I can talk about that.
Okay, take it away, sir.
Yeah, we need
Okay,
to stop
so first, as everybody know, like Will and Lee got kicked. Mainly they got kicked mainly because like just general harassment in scrim games towards me, and just one day I think it was the scrim against you guys actually.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
So that first game when I played in Nautilus, actually was like spiking really hard. But like I just played it out, and I said to them, we might need to get a replacement if I'm lagging this bad. Like, there's no point me playing the scrim if I'm lagging, you know.
Yeah.
So I played it out, and I make a few mistakes, and then as soon as I make a few mistakes, I just get harassed by Lee, like full on harassed. And since he does it, like Will and Lee are kind of like, what's the
Bum
word?
buddies.
Yeah, bum buddies. I guess you can say that. So if one does it, the other one does it as well, you know.
Okay.
So
Okay.
they're both doing it. So like at the end of the game, I decided like I wasn't gonna play. I was gonna go look for somebody else. And then they said a few things in our general chat that I didn't really like, so I just said I had enough and kicked them.
Yeah.
Before that though, like there was internal problems with the team itself, with Lee trying to kick Agronaut from the team and replacing with Elias, which turned out to be even worse because Elias left all the servers after he got replaced. So with that, like with the kick and everything, it just put the roster in a really bad spot because Agronaut didn't want to play anymore because he was kicked, and then the other two were kicked by me. So when I changed the roster, we were very limited on who we had to use to play. And I feel like that was probably one of the main reasons why we finished where we did instead of pushing further. But when it comes to like plays like Lee as well, like I've welcomed this guy back into the org like 3 times already. The first 2 after him just mental booming after scream and leaving the Discord. Like I'm not a person that like I'm happy to give people a lot of chances, but like enough is enough when it comes to like multiple times. Like you've had many chances already, and you keep doing it, so like you're not welcome back. As for Will, like I guess I have a soft spot for Will, and I'd welcome back if he wants to come back. But like I'm not having them both together again. As for the roster itself, there's plans to remake it. I think everybody's actually agreed to stay, but with the BSV ruling, it's probably going to be a 9 to plat team. few changes would be like I'm stepping down because I want to like actually run the org and not actually play in tournaments. So we'll look for a jungler unless Seraph wants to move to that role. We'll work it out. But yeah, like that the roster that we played in the circuit is most likely gonna be the academy roster moving forward with small adjustments.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
Grandpa Dis is your jungler.
Who?
Grandpa Dis.
Oh no, Jeremy's too good for Underplat.
So are we gonna see like a main Stormwolves roster in the future?
There hasn't been any talk about it, but the plans that I want to do after the circuit is Fuse, Flinch, and Smug with the remaining members of the gold team to form an Underplat team, an actual Underplat team, because Smaze and Shark and all the rest can't play because they're all Diamond Plus. But in saying that, like, I'm gonna ask them, and if they're keen, basically just make a Diamond team around them.
Yeah, okay.
Because the only Kiwi that played in the game, was subbed in for the game against Stop Agent Hate, actually was the support for the first gen Stormwolves roster. With like Kin, Sensor, and Binderman and Nagoya and all that. But since like Kin retired and like started playing other games, and everybody else like either quit the game or just started doing like uni and stuff like that, the team kind of just broke apart. But I'm pretty keen to get one up and running again. And
Yeah,
depending
fair.
on how our CO goes, I might be able to get a coach that is coaching one of their teams at the moment to coach the Diamond team. We'll see how we go.
Nice, nice. Alright, well best of luck with all of that.
What do you guys think tournaments are going to be like after the circuit? Like with the new rulings?
Uh
Friends.
oh the weeklies.
There's been talk that like with the new rules, a lot of teams are going to have to transfer to on the plat,
Yeah.
and there's also been a lot of talk that people are just not going to like play tournaments anymore because
Well,
of how the skill gap in on the plat.
Wait, do you mean
actually,
transfer to Underplat from where?
from Iron to
Iron
Gold.
Ah,
Yeah, so there was a rule saying that if you were like, is it plat at all last season, you can't play Iron to Gold? Is that the rule change?
I think
Mm.
it's
I
I
haven't
think it's
read this for a
that
while.
or plat in the last two seasons. You can't play on the gold.
Yeah,
so
so
are they gonna do weeklies as well as the circuit? Did they make a decision or something on this?
I don't think they've announced anything yet.
Oh, this is just whisperings.
It's just like, uh, well, I think they're taking a break first, but then weeklies until the next circuit, I suppose, is a possibility. What are you guys' thoughts on actually
Can't they
the division system versus Iron to Gold, Iron to Plat? What did you guys prefer?
Yeah, that's what I was about to suggest. Why don't they run the weeklies using like the division system? Obviously, it's a little harder to do because of like you'd have to kind of individually check each team every fucking week and be like, "Yup, you're good. No, you're not good." But it looks a little more open-ended. It allows for a bit like more kind of groupings of players to play together. It seems alright. I liked it.
Yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that, Shouri? The divisions versus Iron to Plat, Iron to Gold. What did you prefer?
I think the division idea is fine, but I feel like for a weekly thing, it's probably too much to ask for.
Yeah,
Mm.
I mean, I think weeklies are done. I think they should just scrap them altogether.
Weekly is a waste of time.
Yeah.
Like nobody plays them anymore. It's more people really just play weeklies for like, and treat them as a scrim.
Yeah, because there's nothing else to play.
There's like no prize and there's no nothing. There's just bragging rights if you win. There's nothing to it anymore.
I think they should honestly like just direct all the weekly attention to one of the like in-house servers, and just like suggest be like, hey, if you want to play on these nights or at any point in time, just go play
What
here.
they-
We're not going to do weeklies. We're just going to run circuits. That gives BSV more time to take larger breaks. That gives in-house might already be dying out, quote unquote, but that would give them more attention.
Yeah.
That would give them more players to play with. They'd be like, hey, every Thursday, a large amount of people, or like just pick the day that they ran their weeklies and say, instead of weeklies, we just add everyone and be like, come play some fucking in-houses tonight. Get your team together or whatever. Do something like that.
They could do what Lemon did with the in-house the other night or last week or whatever it was, when instead of picking random teams, you use the division setup, and BSV
Kinda like
can
drafted teams, right?
hey
He kind of like drafted teams like out of a
Yeah.
hat,
Yeah.
almost.
yeah.
Like he had a list of 80 carries, and he was like, all right, 80 carries are going in these teams. The top laners are going in these teams, like that sort of, right?
Oh no, I mean like teams sign up,
Oh,
Right.
oh.
but like they partner with the in-house server,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they use that as like their weekly thing,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then players play that every week, so
Yeah.
that gets like people, and then when they want to like host a circuit or a letter or something like that, it runs through BSV.
Yeah. And that gives the BSV people more time to like chill out in between circuits and refine the circuit and focus purely on the circuit. And then that gives the in-house like just more people to play with.
And
Like
you all,
traffic.
yeah, and then you can have the people that play regularly in the in-house. You can like transfer them over for the circuit, and you'll get more people for the circuit.
Yeah, it just seems win-win. I don't see large downside. It's just, do those people want to work together? Which is an entirely different topic, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I swear to God, the BSV people are like, quote, not like, weren't they like complaining that they don't have time or they want to take a break or something? Doesn't this allow for them to do that as well?
Yeah, that's the point. Like this
Yeah.
gives them the time they so-called ask for all the time to plan
Yeah.
stuff.
Without anyone missing out on anything as well.
Yeah, and they don't have
Yeah.
weekly commitments or anything anymore. As
Yeah.
long as they just make a certain day and they plan for future events, and that's all they need to do.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean that's something that they could do, I guess. I think just like taking a break altogether and not doing anything between circuits would be fine as well. Like people can just scrim for 5 weeks or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the current weeklies are dead. I don't think they like Iron to Gold, Iron to Plat, and the new
No one plays the other
sort of
weeklies, bro.
reflect that. Like they're making a bunch of people that play in their Iron to Golds and Iron to Plats ineligible for them. So yeah, I don't know. I
Yeah,
just hope they
they're very good.
have good luck going in the new direction.
Also, how would they determine the new, like, let's say like a bunch of new teams wanted to play in the circuit. So instead of like you had a 10-team circuit. No, you had an 8 team or 10 team. This
It was 10.
it was 10. Okay, so let's say 3 extra teams join in then, and like they haven't been running weeklies in between, so they can't they have no like no way of gauging whether these teams are better or worse. And do they limit it to 10 teams as well, or do they extend it to the 13 team?
I mean, I think you can just do some sort of qualifying event, and then like
Yeah.
the top 10 for like each MMR rating or whatever go in. There's like a few options that they could do, right? Like they can move teams up and down based on like the winner of Div 3 could verse like one
like a
one of the
relegation
losers of Div 2. Yeah. I don't know. I think starting fresh and doing like a qualifying thing would be nice, and then moving
Yeah.
people into different divisions after the next one.
I think the circuit itself doesn't need to be as long as this one was as well.
Yeah, for sure. Like,
Yeah, that's
uh,
what we talked about
so
last week.
just even with the playoffs, they're dragging it out for I assume for just like broadcasting extra games when they have the option of like getting someone else on the BSV team or like on the community, like Envy to co-stream a game
Yeah,
or
that's it.
chuck the other 2 games on YouTube or something.
Record it
Apparently
without
losers
commentary and just
bracket
upload
takes
them.
too long when it actually is faster than what they're doing.
But, yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
and the fact that they don't have like along with they want to drag it out so they can stream every game as well as like, well, that means, as an example, you guys didn't play yesterday. That could have been the entire, what was it, semis done yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be done. We could be going into finals next week instead. But what, you're not going to? You're going. It's got to play that, and then you got to wait another week.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I don't have to play on the 26th because I got something, 22nd because I got something on that week. But like, it's the only Thursday I'm actually busy, so I don't know. Could have done the playoffs already. I don't like taking weeks off if we don't have to.
I feel like it could have been done and dusted by now.
Yeah, I
Like
think.
the whole thing.
Yeah, I think we did talk about it, and I think we came down and it was like the entire thing instead of it being, because how many weeks is this going to be? It's going to be like 12 weeks, right?
Something like that, yeah.
It's just under 3 months, which is pretty fucking ridiculous. And I was like, they could have it started and finished in 6 weeks.
OKL was 3 months, and that was like 200
Yeah.
plus teams, and
Yeah.
then you have like 3 divisions that it's doing the same. You know, like there's
Yeah.
no need for it.
Yeah, it could definitely have been done in 3 weeks.
What are your thoughts on only playing 2 games a night, Shuri? Like, would you have been down to play like, say, 3 games a night, and then that's like
round
the
robin.
round robin done in 3 weeks, right?
Yeah, because there's 10 teams, right? You play 3, then next week is 3.
Assuming the first game starts at 6:30, it's easy done.
Because on weeklies we play like 5 games normally.
Yeah, I'm
The winning
like I was
team too, yeah.
fine playing more games per night.
I don't know. I feel like just get some sort of feedback form going from the community would be an idea. Thoughts on that,
Like,
BSB admin?
another thing is like if we're only planning to play 2 games a night. Like, why can't the teams have like a time?
They
Why
want
can't they organize the time?
Yeah, like a time frame when they can play between that time whenever they want. You know,
Yeah.
instead of being there at 6:30.
Especially if you're not on stream.
Between 4 o'clock till
Yeah, especially
10 o'clock
if
to
you're
have
not
your
being
games played.
streamed. Yeah, because there's going to be a few teams that like are going to have players that just can't make 6:30. So to have the time frame that say it's 6:30 to 10 o'clock to play 2 games, it gives the 2 teams a lot more room to, you know, play with the players that they actually want to play with, you know, rather than written in subs that haven't played the game in 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I can only really speak from like my perspective and my team's perspective on like this stuff. So hopefully they get some thoughts from like all the teams and players that have participated and can figure out what works best for the majority.
They needed to, like you said earlier, like a Google Doc and send it out to all the orgs of the teams that played in the circuit and get them to basically put what
Just
they.
like a fucking straw poll, even.
Yeah,
Just
they
like,
went-
are
Yeah.
you okay playing 3 games a week or 2 games a
Well,
week?
not so much
Or
that,
any,
like just what they thought of the circuit in general,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
in detail, and then they can go off that for the next ones they make because
Yeah, yeah.
like this one wasn't perfect. It was ran okay, but like there was a lot of things that could have been improved on for sure.
We were just talking about how BSV should ask for feedback.
I agree. I think they should too.
Yeah.
But
Do you think some sort of feedback form will go around?
I'd certainly hope so. They could either do a feedback form or, you know, maybe or how about this, a text channel, right? where you get like a representative from each team to sort of speak for their team. And then you get like
limit
feedback.
that text channel to only certain people, because Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
To be
one
fair,
person.
like that's not it isn't being used by like all the participants. I think they might like asking people directly could be a better thing. Like maybe people
Yeah,
are scared
absolutely.
to speak up because like someone like me might flame them. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
they
that's
want to
fair
do it in
point.
DMs to keep it anonymous and private. Almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, doing a Google form, but like the problem with that is I don't think they sort of plan ahead with how things like that can get abused. Like they tried, at least from my memory, Google Forms in the past, and people just spammed them because there wasn't even like an IP limit.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
we'll
like,
just send it to like one
Really just
person from
fucking
each
troll.
team.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
just
can
send
try
it to
Or-
Orlo.
Or yeah,
Oh,
so
Send it to the
it's-
one representative at a
send
time.
certain questions to someone's DMs and let them reply via that, I guess.
Yeah.
Like whatever questions you'd put in the Google form, put in the person's DMs.
Like if you really think about it, they only would need to do it to about 8 or 9 people.
Well, there's 10 teams. Let's say one person from each team.
Because half of the
Yeah.
teams,
At
mean,
most 10 people. Yeah.
yeah, like half of the teams are all from like one org. So I guess one person can speak for all of them.
Yeah, there definitely needs to be some form of like, sort of like, I guess, community interaction. I feel like there isn't much. It seems to be, in like not just like BSV, like fucking every org, right? It just seems to be like people just creating events and hosting them and just hoping for signups. Like I know Vix Clan do weekly events, and I'm not super aware how long they've been running, but I took a peep at a few of the battle fires, and they weren't exactly numbers that would make me want to sign up, because like I don't want to sit around for an event and play like 2 rounds.
Yeah.
So like especially with like odd numbers of teams, because like third round is like buy for more than half the bracket, and then you pay your second round first, and then the final round, and that's it basically. And that's never fun, especially if you're one of the teams that might get knocked out.
I think it's
Um,
because of the weekly scene as well. Like weekly tournaments are just dead.
Yeah,
Doesn't
no, I
matter who
agree.
hosts them.
Yeah, there's not enough to play for, and like there's not enough teams playing. More well organized, thought through events like circuits and stuff, or even ladders are just like way better because there's more. Usually there's more to play for, and there's usually more teams because like it's a more well organized event. Teams usually.
There's also more excitement over those type of events rather than just a weekly tournament.
Yeah, I mean, because like the weekly tournaments, like if you're one of the teams that gets knocked out first round, like could you really give a shit how the rest of the night goes? Like you're not going to stick around to watch. But if you're playing every week, you don't just get knocked out in one event. Like maybe it's not that bad.
Toot,
Where does the money come from?
is he
People's
talking?
wallet.
What were you guys talking about? Sorry, I zoned out. Someone was being an idiot. Did you guys mention money, or is Toot just bringing it up like in response to circuits?
I think I brought it up. I think he's bringing it up in regards to when I said there's more to play for circuit events and ladders usually compared to weekly events. Maybe? I don't know.
People have.
Personally, I'm not motivated at all by prizing.
Yeah.
But I understand a lot of people are. If you're going to prize, like, if
If you're
weekly
playing for
events are
prizing,
prized,
you're kind of broke, bro.
yeah, I don't know.
Like, I'm sorry, you're playing for a $10 fucking League RP prize, dude. It's just play the game.
To stretch out, like if a certain amount of money was given to an org, to stretch out the money, circuits are better, because rather than doing $50 prize for a weekly event, right? You can stockpile that $50 into like $250, and instead of that $250 lasting 5 weeks, you can drag it out for like 10 or whatever if you want.
You can make a double round robin into best of 3 into a double playoff circuit, LCS style bracket, and make it last 6 months.
You can't.
If you really wanted to, like, yeah.
Yeah. So circuits are definitely a way to be more efficient with the money given. As for where the money actually comes from, I can't say unless you want to test it, asking teams if they're willing to put $10 in for a pay-to-play tourney would be fine. I think we'd pay $10 to play a tourney,
cool.
and every team puts in $10. The prize is 100.
Buy-in.
I don't think that's a polymer though. A lot of orgs will be, if it's an entry fees and it's $10 for the whole scene until they get knocked out. I don't think any org would just be nah, that's too much money.
Yeah, but it's something that
As long as you have the round robin stage is the minimum amount of games. As long as you can't get knocked out after one fucking game. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure everyone will pay that.
Have double a losers bracket or something. So you have 2 chances.
Yeah, that's why we had the round robin. You play every team at least once, and then you go into finals. And then if you get knocked out first round of final, it's fine because you've already played every single team once. That's 9 games plus the one that you lost to get knocked out. That's 10 games. You paid $10. That's $1 a game for 5 people. That's 20 cents.
I will say that before asking people to put their money in, you want to come up with the tournament format, right? So you want people to know that it's single elim plus double elim playoffs or whatever, or just make people aware of how the entire tournament will actually work. So people will know if they're happy with that format and then willing to put in their money. And you can go around and ask. Yeah, you can go around and ask all the orgs that participated in this event, for example, if they'd be willing to put in money. That way, you don't have to worry about whether people will sign up or not. Because I get that that's something that tournament orgs have to be wary of. They don't want to try new things because people might not sign up, and that's fair enough. So just ask people beforehand. And
I think the pay fees are signing up for tournaments, and then that money gets added to the prize and is completely fine. Because if you think about other things card games and everything, a lot of the local tournaments that they do weekly, it's a $10 fee, and then if you get 20 people, all that prize money all the money that they get for the sign-ups, that's the prize money for the week, you know?
Yeah.
I think there is actually. I'm not quite sure. You might have to check on some legalities there. It could write a fine line between gambling versus actual paid competition.
I don't know if it's gambling. I don't know how you can compare that to gambling though.
I don't think it's gambling.
But let's say you're playing blackjack, right? It's still a game with a buy-in, and that is considered gambling. This is you're replacing the game with a different game with the still. I'm not quite sure. That could be something that might have to be.
Nah, it's
though.
not.
It's not.
At Rift Republic, we're considering doing buy-in tourney. Got scrapped real quick, but we had similar concerns about legality of it because it's a video game where 2 teams play, only one winner. I don't know to what extent is that considered gambling if there's buy-in, but no, it's not.
And then you do get into that might increase the that might increase incentive for cheating in certain ways, such as smurfing and whatnot.
Yeah, but it might have. Yeah, I think any sort of prizing has the increased incentive to smurf and shit, I suppose. But
then you also you've heard the saying any publicity is good publicity, right? That it does bring attention to it. Maybe it just pulls in a shit ton of more people. And look, with more numbers, you're going to get more people smurfing anyway. So
yeah, I think just plan everything, plan how the event is going to work out beforehand. Take your time to figure out the specifics. Then once teams are signing, once teams are signing up before they pay the money or whatever, get them to submit their roster and go through and like thoroughly smurf check everyone.
Like a 7-man roster and the accounts that each player has and will be using. And
Yeah.
then just like, alright, cool, you're good, or no, you can't.
Yeah, I don't know. That's like one way that the money can come from. I mean, the BSV already get money from some places, I suppose. Like they have sponsors and whatnot, so like, increasing your social media and content presence, might bring more. I can't say for sure, but like, it can't hurt to try to like do more on Twitter and YouTube and stuff. What do you think, Pixie?
Yeah, I think they should probably do more in like public sense with like content shit. Yeah, Pixie. Yeah, some
Content?
YouTube stuff.
Bro, if they want someone to manage their Twitter account, I'll manage BSV's Twitter account, bro. Or I'll give it to Andrew to manage.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got some pretty good tweets.
BSV is super lucky with sponsors that won't last. Yeah, I mean, they're the same with not Rift Republic, ECB, right? They got like some sort of sponsorship, from Zachman's, but like, I don't think it's
company or something, right?
It was a suit company.
No, I swear they also had like ISP.
At ECB?
Yeah, didn't ECB have some?
No,
other shit?
BSV have Aussie Broadband.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
that was. Oh, I thought that was ECB.
Yeah, ECB's funding came from Zachman's, which was a suit company, and like that's a weird
Yeah.
sponsor to have for a gaming thing. I don't know if they got any traffic from the sponsorship at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know when I went to a wedding recently, I didn't use them.
so you can't rely on people 100% sponsoring an event, but making yourself more marketable can't hurt. Otherwise, yeah, ask participants to chip in with like a
And
buy-in.
also,
It doesn't even need to be like money related. Making yourself more marketable just attracts more people, and then once you have the people attracted, the sponsors will pull themselves in. Like
Yeah.
if any company with half
Oh,
a
yeah,
million
for
sees
sure.
like 90 to 300 people consistently joining, watching, partaking in this stuff, and they're like, oh yeah, for like $500 we can slap our logo on the corner. Why not?
Yeah,
Like,
it's like you know,
a
you show
lot of-
some
lot of companies
Twitch
do that.
analytics, got a bunch of viewers, subscribers. There's a lot of eyes on the screen, you know.
Show them some flashy stuff.
And I mean,
so
like,
oh,
that-
yeah, we have people
oh.
interacting with us on Twitter, and we have
Yeah.
streamers, and we have shit here, and
You guys see
But
those the
it's the same
LCK
as-
videos?
oh, with like all
The-
the Maccas and the Uber Eats and stuff.
Nah, like the really like highly edited ones where they use like that camera tool. I
Yeah,
forget what it was
and it's got the Macca's like
It's
flag
Pixie's camera
on
tool.
Summoner's Wrap.
Pixie's camera tool.
No.
Yeah, like those
Yeah,
LCK
on-
videos that like
Yeah.
basically like highlights of the event with like the fucking
Yeah.
cool camera tool shit, and they're just so well edited and stuff. Like, I mean, like obviously not something to that degree. Like they have a fuck whole professional team doing that, right? But you know, just like something edited, a small little highlight video of previous events. Like the circuit's a great opportunity to like go through a few of the VODs, not just like the grand final, like the whole event, right? Go through a few of the
Yeah.
VODs, find some like cool games, send them to an editor, and maybe get something done.
Anyone that did anything cool during the event, any highlight play, any penta, any quadra, any like 1v1 outplay, like a clean turret dive even.
And
Like,
I-
a
like-
smite steal, like fuck it.
It doesn't even have to cost money either. Like you don't have to hire an editor. Like I've personally taught myself full Adobe Creative Suite. Like it's not very hard. There's plenty of free tutorials.
Mm.
Like it just take any of them like a little bit of time and effort to learn the tools, and like you could make some like pretty good shit.
Making good content costs money most of the time. I don't know if that's completely true. I mean, do you count our content as good content too? Maybe not, which is fair enough. But like, you can do YouTube and shit
You
with
can
like
basically make TikToks with cool plays from the tournament and post like
I already
3
hate
of
your
them
idea.
a week.
BSV can't
okay,
make
not
Pisslo.
actual TikTok.
BSV, as I said, can do not all the games on their Twitch, right? They don't already stream all the games. So get someone to record the game and upload it to YouTube. actually record the game, then you can get casters to go over the recording and cast it and then upload it, or get Envy to do like some sort of co-stream over it and upload it.
Bro.
Just another thing with the money with
Goes in the chat.
I mean,
everything. They could also do what if anyone remembers the Weekend Warrior tournament that happened, I think 2 years ago now,
Yeah.
when they got funding from natives, when they used to be, I think they're still funded with them.
God.
And basically, like, Weekend Warriors ran the tournament, but all the funding came from native. They could maybe, I mean, it's probably a small shot, but they could ask orgs in the community if they were keen to like do a partnership for an event and put in funding for like Cloud or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely options. Obviously, all the options involve more work, and that's something that they might not be willing to do because it is a volunteer position, etc. But like, there are options that they have that they can do. And they can't do Pisslo, but they could, like, LCS do, like,
The
other
dive.
content
dives
things.
and stuff
Yeah.
like that? Yeah.
You just have to come up with an idea and run with it, see how it goes, try something.
You know, maybe even like approach some of the like high elo players in the community and have like an Alice desk type fucking thing.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
you got
they
3 different
got-
divisions of games that play every week. Like,
I'm good friends with one of the Div 1 supports. I can get like me, him, and one of his friends to just like shit talk the Div 3
yeah,
players
just
on
go
the stream
run
if you
down the
want to.
draft, talk
Yeah.
about what was good, what was bad. Maybe a particular player's got certain strengths on that champ, so that's why it was picked. You know, like, add a little bit more personality to the teams, not just fucking 5 random cunts playing every week. Like,
Like interviews after each game.
They have
Interviews could be
Ro and what's the other guy, the boosted animal? They're both with BSV as like casters or something, aren't they?
yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're both like high elo-ish at least. Like they could do some sort of co-stream thing and then like just let casters look over other replays. I don't know if Toot wants to be dragged in here. He said get me in.
What they could do
think
is
it
they
does.
could have like an interview team that like after a certain game, a player from say the winning team gets dragged into these other 2 people, and they basically just ask questions before the next game, and then they go back into their team, and that gets like recorded onto the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, how cool would it be if they did like the voice comm highlights like LCS and shit? Like that's super hard to do because you have to have like someone in the call recording it, I guess, and that's probably something that high elo teams wouldn't want. But like, surely Pisslo teams would let an admin in their call to like.
Okay, hang on. No, I've heard what you guys talk about. I've been in the teams when being in team com. You don't want the admins listening to what we're saying.
Dude, I don't give a shit what the
not
admins say.
allowed.
Obviously, not all of it could go on YouTube, but like, I don't care what they hear us say.
Bro, I swear, like half the conversations I've had with some of the lo-fi boys, once coaches left chat, bro, we would be DQ'd.
Oh
for
yeah,
what we
just
said. Like,
don't fight us for like talking with the boys, but like, yeah, what up to?
Hey. So before I start, just for like anyone who's watching, just want to make it clear that like I'm no longer with BSV because there might be people watching who don't know that.
good shot.
So yeah, yeah, of course. Got to get the legalities out of the way. But no, I just want to make it clear. Like I'm not trying to protect BSV. Like I am very critical of like the scene overall. I just think that there's some like unfair expectations coming from like I don't know, maybe like lack of understanding why some things are so difficult. Let's just use like let's use like you know how you guys are trying to explain, oh, why don't they co-stream the other stream or record it later on, put it on YouTube or something, or all these different options, right? And like I mean, like the co-stream thing, like who would do it? Like it can't be Envy.
Envy already does
Envy
it.
doesn't like BSV.
What do you-
Yeah, but
okay.
he does it for
doesn't
games
really.
he wants to do it for. But Envy like doesn't like BSV, or he doesn't like people in VSV. Like it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, have they
Seiko
asked anyone?
I was gonna say Seiko's got a stream with a few viewers. He could do it. I mean, Chex has been streaming recently. I saw her like bragging in a general chat about how she was like got affiliate in like 7 days or some shit. Like,
Yeah,
plenty of people that stream and have
same with
channels.
Beastly Nut.
Like,
Beastly Nut is hella entertaining. Get him to co-stream something. I'm sure he'd be down.
Bro, I'll jump on.
I mean,
But, like,
Like-
it's honestly feels like straight up laziness because they don't even try to do things.
Alright, okay. Look, I'm not saying they have to do any of this stuff, but I'm just saying like this is like all of this stuff isn't like options that they can do, right? If they want, like if funding is an issue, like this is stuff that they can work on if they want to. I'm not saying like this is stuff that they have to be doing, obviously.
It's optional.
Get
If
pro
like,
you
you don't,
up.
Yeah, like I'm not attacking BSV on this like area. Like their stream at the moment, like their streams are entertaining in this stuff, right? That if they just want to stick with that, that's fine. But like, yeah, if they want to be more appealing to sponsors, there are stuff that they can do.
Things.
Maybe they don't. Maybe they're complacent. Maybe they're happy with where they are. Maybe we're just wrong.
Man,
Well, I think like just jumping back because like maybe like there's no way Chex is gonna do that. Like Chex does other things in New York. Seiko, he is like both a tournament admin and a caster. So like I doubt he'd do that. But you're right, nobody has asked. So like you are right about that. Beastly Nut, yeah, I agree. Like he'd be like a pretty cool option.
You say that Envy wouldn't want to, but like, has anyone asked him as well? Like just random people in the
asked about
community.
Things like this in the past. He does it when he feels like, and that's fair enough. But like he has been asked to do things like that in the past. So I don't know. Like I guess I'm kind of like making some assumptions here, but
Yeah, alright.
it also just doesn't make sense from BSV's point of view because Envy says some not very nice things, and it's just not something they'd want to be affiliated
That's the
with.
same with like LS, I Will Dominate, etc. Like they
Yeah,
say
and those
some
people
like
aren't really affiliated, are they? Like they have co-streaming, but they have co-streaming because they're popular. That's why.
yeah.
Probably
yeah,
for a
you
reason.
could argue
They-
the same
of
for
course
the
they
others.
say.
You could argue the same for Envy, right? Man gets
I-
views. Controversial opinions, I agree. But
I mean, does he get views? How many views his stream get? Like under 10? How many views his videos get? Under 10?
Bro.
He's-
there's a couple
he's-
times. There's a couple
he's
times
popular
I've
and
he's
Quiet
had
here.
maybe 15 viewers
depends
ish,
on
like
what's
10
his
to 20.
streaming and who's on the stream.
Yeah, but like, I mean, like even Pisslo now, which gets like 100 plus YouTube views, we're like sitting under 10 viewers. It's I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
but-
we don't really advertise the live Pisslo as much as we could as well, to be fair.
Yeah, no, I know I didn't.
Like,
do it tonight.
that's why we don't have a Pisslo Twitch, it's literally just Pixie streaming it.
Yeah, what's going on?
But, okay, so, an easy way for them to do it, right? With the circuit games, the ones that aren't currently on stream, maybe one of the active tournament admins could just be recording it, they upload it to a Google Drive, and then the casters that were currently casting the on-air games can go back and cast over the recordings, and that can be like YouTube exclusive content. That requires like pretty much no editing, right?
I think it would be good. I don't think it would ever work. It's very close getting casters for the games, let alone extra
We don't-
games casted.
You don't have to get those games casted. You just need the footage, right?
Well, yeah, like if you just want to put the raw footage there, yeah, that could definitely be done. You're definitely right about that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe people would be interested in the raw footage. I'm not sure. I think like having something over it would add
But
more quality,
but,
though.
like, but if we move on to highlights, there's literally nobody
Oh,
who could do that in BSV. Like
Yeah,
if
that's
you look
fair.
at who's on the content team, there's a guy there who's specifically for the website, like looking at. I mean, I guess I'm kind of leaking this, but I don't think it really matters. Like he's specifically looking at redesigning the like website UI. There's a guy who's like pretty much just advisory to the rebrand, and then there's Aussie. So like, I mean, like Chex is there as well, but she doesn't do video editing. So like, the only person who does video editing is Aussie, and that's Aussie. Like, there's actually no one to edit down highlights as simple as it is. And you could say, well, just go learn how. And you're right, it is maybe relatively simple, but like, have you tried editing things on a shit computer? So you need someone who has like a decent computer. On top of that, it actually takes ages, as simple as it is.
You don't
And
need
it's
a
like a
super
lot of these
great
people do
computer.
other things. No, not a
You
great
don't need
computer.
a super
You
great
need a decent
computer,
one.
but
To do the
it
final
does
render-
take a long time.
Yeah, no, it does.
Like
You can
as
complete a
someone
render
that
in
has
one
done
time.
highlights for like ECB and like our own highlights and stuff, it takes a long time to just like go through and just like clip everything. And like I don't even edit them together that well, but yeah, just to get the clips and put them together, it takes quite a long time.
Yo.
All I'm really
Uh,
like hearing here is that like if they wanted to improve, it takes effort, but like there's a lot of excuses to not put effort in.
But that's not ethic, because like what I said is that the alternatives, like the people in the the content team, just like is in a terrible state, right? Like it's not how it should be. So
I mean,
like
if
you'd
they
have to
don't
look
wanna
at
put
someone
effort in-
outside the content team to do it, and
Yeah.
they're already doing other jobs. So it's not like lack of effort, because they're already doing things, and they can't really be an expectation past what they came to do that they actually like doing.
There are people there that could take the time to learn the programs that maybe don't have huge workloads.
Yeah, and you know how much Adobe cost, right? You
Oh,
said
you don't-
used it.
Yeah, nah, you don't have to pay for it.
okay.
I mean,
No,
if
I'm
you're
not
if you're
saying
gonna-
I'm
you
not
don't have
saying
to pay for
torrent it.
Windows either.
I'm not saying torrent it illegally either. You can
You
just
can
get
do it.
different licenses.
Just
I
go
mean,
Harvey Norman.
You don't have to drop like a K for the Creative Cloud suite. But I mean,
No,
there
yeah,
are
but
also
it's
alternative
still like,
softwares to
it's
use
still like
as well.
$30 a month.
Yeah, and there's
The
also alternative
software.
softwares.
I use Vegas, and that's actually pretty good. That was the one-off.
Sony
payment.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so I mean, all of this discussion stemmed from where does the money come from, right? So where does the money come from? To
For what? For events or for content? Which one?
for
Or
events.
both? Or
Content
events?
shouldn't cost money.
I mean, I still disagree there. Like, if you want good content, it's very hard to get the people to do that. Like, if you look at the people who do really good content, and let's include like graphics in that, in the whole scene, you've got like Arcane. I'm gonna lump myself in there because I do graphics. There's like some Somsock people who are like quite talented at that kind of thing. But like literally nobody in the whole scene is a video editor who's willing to go and do it for an org. Like I've been in this scene for years, and like every like bit of video content to come out of this scene in the past few years that has been like high level video footage has been paid. So
But content doesn't have to just be something that looks good, right? Like tier lists, etc., get good views with like needing no editing. But aside from all of that stuff, where does the money for events come from? Like, well, what are your thoughts on the buy-in thing?
I don't know. I mean, like the buy-in thing. I think
Because it
I'm not
hasn't
gonna,
been
like,
tried, has it?
I'm not gonna specifically say BSV. I'm just gonna like say generally for the whole scene. If there has to be buy-ins, everything needs to be run better.
Yeah.
Like you said, like have the format released, so teams know what they're getting into. That needs to be done. Have the rules clear. Like there needs to be less loopholes. All these things, and there needs to be a buy-in. Because like, once like teams put in their own money, you're crossing a line of this is something I come and do for free and it's casual to like there's I feel like it kind of goes from like people kind of flaming you, but it's mainly just like, man, you guys are incompetent, to like actual anger over your product if people are going to put in money and you're not like doing a good job, you know?
Mm.
Like,
oh, sorry.
well, I was just to say, like, currently people kind of come in for free, and there'll be a lot of criticism towards these organizations. But I don't really feel like it's anger most of the time. It might be a lot of, it might be some strong feelings, but I don't think it's like outright anger. But man, imagine how angry you are if, if I don't know, if you're like the seeding situation, right? Like, imagine how angry you might be over the seeding format if it comes out and you're like, what the fuck? My money's on the line now, and what's this shit?
I have a I'm not sure if you guys were still on the topic, as I've been like half deafened for the last like 15 minutes. But
Okay.
we were mentioning if Beastly Nut would co-stream, right?
Mhm.
So he's streaming right now. He's playing some League.
Mhm.
I just sent him a message. I was like, yo, hypothetically, would you want to co-stream the BSV circuit games that aren't being streamed? He said, oh shit, yeah, we haven't thought about that. That sounds pretty cool. He'd have to ask Chex or Envy if he's allowed to or something like that, but he'd be down to do it. So
Envy. He needs to ask Envy.
ND, like Seiko.
Oh, Envy.
ND. I don't know, man. It was, yeah. It was a bit hard to hear him through the stream, but yeah, that pretty much that's what he was saying. So there is someone willing to sit in spectator and stream or record the games that aren't already being streamed. And he'll talk on them if they want him to. He'll sit there quiet and just record it if they want him to. And like, I'd jump on the stream with him and fucking talk shit about it if I wanted to. So
It's a matter of being asked now, really.
yeah, he said he will ask. I'm not sure if that was the right thing, but yeah, I just like threw the idea at him, see what he thought. He said he's down to do it, so I think he's going to bring it as I guess as second. If G-Bear brings it up, then it's not just coming from G-Bear. It like might come from him and like Hussein's like, yo, could I do this? Or yeah. So like yeah, BSV definitely have options, and like we're proving it in just me asking what the first person we thought of. We haven't even gone any further than asking that, and there's already he already said yes. So
If they don't listen to the community, they're just doing it wrong as well. Like,
yeah.
there's people that are expressing their thoughts and like telling them what they could do, and then if they're just like putting up a brick wall to it all the time, then what can you do, you know?
Yeah, and they can't use the excuse of like, oh, it's too hard to organize this, or oh, it's too hard. He literally said he'll sit in spectator and fucking stream. It's that simple. It doesn't have to have the high quality production. It could be the VSB low quality stream in the background that only a couple people watch because it's that specific game or something. It doesn't have to have the transitions. It doesn't have to have anything like.
Are you?
Doesn't have to have the boobers.
To the person in
No,
Twitch
dude.
chat that said, why would anyone put in money when we constantly see people DQ'd with smurfing and there's an obvious history of veterans who are just sandbagging? I mean, a few of us here have already said that we'd be keen to put in money. It's up to BSV to ask others if they'd be willing. For the smurfing thing, we said that people should submit rosters beforehand, so BSV have time to actually smurf check them, and it's not that hard to pick up on smurfs majority of the time. As for the sandbagging thing, if you think that's an issue, then come up with a rule that fixes it.
I mean, the rule that they're about to, I mean, they already have, but the new rule set kind of stops sandbagging.
I mean, in regards to the DQ thing, if teams are paying money to enter, I feel like they're less likely to risk having Smurfs on their roster. If you get caught, then your money's gone and you're out. That's true.
Yeah.
It could go the other way as well, though, to be
Oh
fair.
yeah,
like,
more likely to have them because they want to win a prize pool. But like, I mean, you're gonna. I mean, yeah, to some people it's probably like, oh, $10 buy-in, yeah, fuck it. Like, What's the worst that happens? We lose $10. Like, it's probably not a fucking big deal. But
Yeah.
like,
Does anyone have the new rule set, by the way? I'd like to look it over if.
It's it's in BSV somewhere. I was
Yeah, I'm looking
announced
through it.
ages ago, so I haven't actually looked
it was
at it
ages
for a
ago.
while.
Okay.
I don't. I'm not 100% sure if they're like the definite rules moving forward. I think
But
they're
it's
like
it's their
proposed
tentative
rules.
Yeah.
Proposed would be, I guess, a better word, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not
I'd-
100%
I'd-
sure if any of them are set in stone just yet.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to see how they can get around sandbagging, because sandbagging looks like a pretty fucking hard thing to deal with, to be fair.
What's
Like,
It depends. Like first you have to people refer to people as sandbaggers though, but name
okay,
a
okay.
specific sandbagger and then come up with a rule that affects that person.
Yeah. Okay, Jep. What's your rank right now?
Gold 1.
I argue you're easily mid-plat when you're playing properly and when you're actually trying.
Okay, so then
Like-
they can
like
I've
easily.
already proposed
Like-
rules that
But when were you plat last? Is the other thing.
I was plat in season 8.
Yeah. Now, see, this is where sandbagging gets really blurry, because it's not that you are purposely losing. You're not. You just aren't trying optimally, which is the difference. And a lot of people just group it all together and say it's sandbagging, and that's where the rules are super hard to define the difference between. Because
Interesting point. Sorry to cut people off. It's just I find that a really interesting point when people always bring up that people don't play to their full potential, because I myself have had a lot of coaching from high elo players, and I literally every coach you speak to will tell you that every player has the potential to play at the highest elo. So we'll use Diamond as an example. And, every player has potential to play that high if they take the game seriously enough. Analyze their gameplay both inside and outside the game. Take the time to learn their mistakes and work on things. And everyone would have the potential to play at a higher elo.
But is it
And
realistic as well, right?
Well, not everyone wants to fucking put in that effort.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Not
Even if
everyone
they
wants
did
to
want
be
they don't
super
have the
fucking good.
time.
Not everyone wants to try hard every single game they play. Some people just want to play because it's a hobby, because it's something they like to do in their free time.
Yeah,
and it's
sorry.
Because you try harded in season 5, fuck you. You have to try hard every game for the rest of your life. Come on, man.
Yeah,
See,
sorry. What I said
disagree
right
with
now
that.
was flame. I didn't mean it in anything like that. I was just attempting to use an example.
Yeah,
No, I do agree with your point.
I think the example's fine. I've submitted rules when I talked about what was the video? I've done a video on my channel, right, where I suggested some rules that would affect me as well that could get rid of people. I don't know.
And that's what a rule does. It casts a wide net to try and catch as many people as possible that are supposed to be caught. But there's always going to be that one person that slips through on both ends. That one person that got caught that shouldn't have been, and that one person that slipped through that should have been caught. It can't be perfect, which I think this is a specific, sandbagging is pretty hard to get right.
I mean, I mean, if sandbagging's that big of an issue, then I guess other teams won't be willing to put in money or whatever. But it's up to BSV to ask the question.
Issue either.
At the end of the day, the better players are gonna win anyway, or the better team is gonna win.
Yeah.
What Envy used to always say with old school on the gold is when Griff used to play on the gold. Everybody knew his case, he was too good for on the gold, but because Envy always played into him, now Envy's a better player, no?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. That is one of the best ways to improve is by eating shit to better players.
There might be
You're forced to
sandbaggers.
learn and adapt.
There might be sandbaggers playing in a tournament, but just improve and then be better than them, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's easier for people playing against better people to improve rather than a sandbagger playing against people only worse than them to improve, unless you have an account in a higher elo.
But it's even easier to just cry and say they're sandbaggers.
That is awesome.
Also, if you're not willing to put in the time to get better at the game and go around and just tell people that, they're sandbagging, then you kind of don't have a right to do that. Yes,
I'm just gonna bring up an interesting point quickly. Oh, sorry. Wait, you finished your. I thought you were done.
I was just gonna say that, like, oh, well, I'll basically finish about the whole sandbagging thing. Like, if you're not trying to like better yourself as a player, but you're willing to go to each tournament and say this person is sandbagging, then like
Your effort is being wasted.
yeah, like
You're
why not
wasting
just
your energy.
yeah, that's it. Like
Yeah, like put it in something that'll improve you as just a person in anything, any part of your life. Like put that energy into anything that's not fucking wasted on calling out sandbaggers, bro.
Do they send a fucking email to Riot every time they get a Smurf in their solo queue games?
Yeah.
Oh, this bro sandbagging! Give me my LP back!
So this will be really controversial. But if you look at the peaks of BSV, TMG, and that kind of like era where those two were the top dogs, let's just say like 2019, 2020, right?
That was probably when the most people were playing, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
During those peaks, sandbagging was arguably worse, but the peaks were like 5 to 6 times what you see these days. Now you could say like riot pricing was a factor, but there's still the fact that like the tournaments were more popular than ever. When you people like I don't know if anyone remembers, but people had to play against Jacob mid lane Havoc in Iron to Plat when this guy was like clearly diamond the whole time, but just didn't play ranked.
He wasn't. I disagree that he was diamond the whole time.
Or
I think he
was that immediately.
good.
I feel like he learned a lot from Seraph, honestly. No.
No, I can disprove that immediately. Is that so he played Rift Royale, and I think they lost to what was that team they lost to? They had that like fishbone icon logo. Does anyone remember?
Quark2 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Huak 2. Yeah, they lost to Huak 2, right? So if you look at Jacob's account, he hit diamond the previous season by just tryharding for 1 week, and then as soon as that event ended, he just went and hit diamond again. Like it was clear he could easily hit diamond the whole time.
Oh, I thought you meant when he first started playing, like back in Supernovas and like LLC and stuff.
No, not Supernovas. No. I'm talking about like during the kind of like Rift Royale time. Like people had to play against like Jacob mid lane. They had to play against Huak 2, who had like another really cracked mid laner. Like the sandbaggers were so much worse, and the tournaments were like people wanted to watch that high level gameplay. Like being honest.
take into mind that back then, like there was so much more better players playing in these tournaments.
People wanted to test their shit against them as well.
Like there was generally just better players playing the tournaments, even if they were sandbagging.
Yeah, but now if there's better players, like everyone just cries sandbag or Smurf.
It's...
I feel that's just a gaming like across the board.
Oh yeah,
That's
why
just a
improve
gaming
when you can just
culture.
get people DQ'd, right?
No, not even like I'm talking massively extended from that. Like, all right, what was it? Back in 2013, you're playing Modern Warfare 2. You see like max prestige dude, and you like holy fuck, that dude's awesome. No. Back then it was like that dude's sick.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
that dude's
seen as something that
sick,
was good. I want to play with that dude.
Yeah, now what do you look at it? You see this max prestige dude in fucking Water War and be like, dude, you're fucking sweaty. Go have a shower. Like what? Why do we start insulting? Like what? When did that happen? You see the dude with Hayabusa's armor and Halo, and you're like, yo, this guy's a legend. You see the dude with the flame of spells, he's insane. You see him now, you're like, you sweaty motherfucker.
Maybe I'm wrong, and it's gonna sound like this is gonna what I'm gonna say maybe a bit cringy.
No, go
but
for it.
like I feel like in the past, gaming was a lot more just like I know that man's gonna be so cringy, but gaming was kind of for gamers back then. I feel like gaming has opened up so much, and with all these, I'm not gonna say casuals because I don't think they're casuals. they play a lot, but like with a lot more different types of people coming into gaming, there has been a lot more entitled behavior, I guess.
No, I agree. I think like the world's just gone soft, bro. People
Yeah, bro, just look at
about
Twitch.
anything
Look at
they
how
can.
fucking like Twitch was the platform for gamers. Now it's like next to fucking Pornhub.
On the hot tubs.
I argue that didn't make them soft. That made them hard.
Yeah, bro, they need to get a Clark Rubber sponsorship, man.
watching a hot tub steamer for 12 hours a day does stuff to you. I guess.
Correct. Yo, leave Twitch out of this, Chief.
Yeah, screenshot your followers list, Havoc.
Yo. All right. Okay.
Yeah. I enjoyed the weekly tournaments a lot more when there was a lot of teams, though. That's for sure. Just because, like, it's better to play a tourney with like 50 teams than like 8 teams. It's just more fun.
Just to add on to like the whole people calling out sandbagging thing, like there's no prizing anymore for weekly tournaments. So why does it matter if somebody's better than the ELO that they're playing in? Like treat it as like a scrim or something, because like if they beat you and they win the whole thing, they get nothing anyway.
Yeah.
So treat it as like a learning experience more than, oh, they beat me, where, you know?
Oh, well, it was brought up if people were putting money in to play.
I mean, that's
Like,
fair
when we
enough.
go
Like,
back to that?
if there was prizing, then that's fair enough. But I'm talking about like before when weeklies had no prizing or nothing, again, Riot cancelled RP for tournaments. Like, why would sandbagging be that much of a concern? It's more of a fun environment that the community comes in, plays for the night, and then goes for the next week, you know?
Yeah. I don't know, people are like so obsessed with Smurfs and sandbaggers these days. It's crazy.
Becomes like a trigger word that they
Yeah.
just need to pull it out every time they can.
I miss versus Jeremy at 9 to gold. That was the shit. Like, yeah, I don't know. Anyone got anything else?
No.
I think we covered quite a lot actually.
Yeah, we're 2 hours.
It's
in.
another 2.25 hours.
We
Alright.
were looking at finishing up at 40 minutes, and then fucking this came up.
Well, I sent you a list of people that you can possibly raid if you want. You can pick,
Oh,
mate.
you did? Oh,
I
no.
Twitch whispered it to you.
Oh, you did too.
They're just most of those are like people from BSV, Iron to Gold, Iron to Plat
You
shit.
know what?
Except the last
This
two.
man. Okay, so the man that's sort of in the middle, is that hyphen a part of his thing?
The hyphen. No, the his one is the one before the hyphen.
Oh,
You're talking about CSO?
yeah, anti.
Yeah, CSO is anti-ducks.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do a little bit of a fucking. How do I do this again?
What is
Right.
CSO up to? I am.
No, that's not
curious.
Let's play Minecraft.
I'm no longer curious.
Playing Minecraft, man. That's what I've been doing this whole stream, just playing Minecraft.
It's actually a good
Alright.
game. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Hope you all have a good one, and we'll catch you later.